As amazing as Return of the Jedi is, there's one thing that I believe Lucas got completely wrong. I believe that the Ewoks chose the wrong god. The Ewoks were fairly advanced, but still a primitive species. They had evolved enough to build entire villages in the treetops, keeping them safe from any ground-dwelling predators. But beyond rudimentary understanding of the physics of rope pulleys and levers, they were completely technologically inept. Them immediately worshipping C3PO makes no sense, because he was so far beyond their scope of understanding. Look at ancient human depictions of the gods. Yes, there were some that were very alien, but for the most part, they tended to be very human. They tended to look just like us. Because people want to worship a god that they feel knows and understands them, someone they can relate to. Humans imagine their gods to be relatively human, although usually far bigger and physically perfect. Hutts would imagine their gods to be slug-like. Jawas would probably imagine their gods wearing hooded cloaks with glowing red eyes. And Ewoks? Ewoks would picture their gods to be teddy bears just like them, except far larger and more powerful. Chewie was exactly what the Ewoks would have expected their god to look like. Chewie could have defeated their entire village single-handedly. He had exactly the physical strength they expected their god to have. He was also over 200 years old. He had accrued multiple lifetimes of wisdom and experience, both of which are also traits expected of a god. And I talked about this a bit in my nose poop camel video, but creature design is important, because it can't be something the audience isn't capable of understanding. And to the Ewoks, C3PO was utterly beyond their comprehension. They were barely beyond using ropes and pulleys. The concept of a mechanical droid was literally beyond their ability to comprehend. Now yes, maybe they were only worshipping the fact that he was gold and shiny. And if you dive into their backstory a bit, that is the explanation that Lucas eventually gave, that they had the prophecy of a golden one, a god who would one day come walk among them. But again, think back to all the examples we've seen. What do people tend to worship? A god who looks like them, or one who is so unlike them that it's almost incomprehensible? An easy comparison here is imagine a primitive human culture seeing the robot from the day the Earth stood still. They would undoubtedly have immediately worshipped this being because it looked like them but was 1,000 times bigger with incredible power. Now imagine those same primitive humans seeing this alien creature from Annihilation. Would they have worshipped this as their god? Maybe, but this alien is so absolutely, well, alien, that humans could never truly comprehend what they're seeing. By this same logic, the Ewoks wouldn't have latched onto C3PO just because he was shiny and golden. They would have latched onto the god that was most physically similar to them. C3PO being worshipped and how Luke uses that influence to free them is one of the most iconic sequences in the entire original trilogy. But it would have made so much more sense, been much more realistic for the Ewoks to see Chewie as their god, and for them to treat both the droids as fascinating oddities that they struggle to understand. Thanks for watching, my friends, and I'll see you next time.